All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites that come in week and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of America. And it's out of here, right? And you will be out of here too if you don't heed this warning. We come in and week out to wake you Jakes up. Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Speckled Bird, tell you that you're an Israelite, to repent, acknowledge your offense, and get back in order. All right? Because the time is damn near over. So, heed this warning right here. If you humble yourself, all right, because really that's what this whole thing was about. Humble yourself before the Most High. Because you will be humbling yourself to somebody, whether it be Esau, whether it be the spiritual demon Satan. It might as well be to the Most High. Right, where your allegiance goes anyway. Even if you're an Edomite, humble yourself. You're going to do it anyway. Very soon. In the worst way, though. When you experience slavery, you'll figure it out. Real quick. Shortly after that. But first and foremost, and as always, all praise is given to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim HaKadosh. Double honors to the elder apostle and elder bishops of GMS, and all the elders that came before them that taught us this truth, and Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Salaki. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Akwat that are listening and learning to be in a pillar of rest, the 144,001 third, the hopeful elect of Israel, all right? So, it's the Shabbat, double Shabbat for that matter. So there it is. All right. What do? We rehearse the righteous acts and start cleaning yourself up for the kingdom, because everybody, right, is going to humble themselves before the Most High. You're gonna do it. And you'll understand. Right now, you're proud. See, everybody out here is proud. You got men in fringes, right, with a Bible in your hand and the Most High's name in your mouth, and you're out there fucking proud as you can be. Right? Leviticus 16 and 30. And bear with me. I'm trying to get to the precept. Leviticus. Salaki. Salaki, bear with me. Leviticus 16. So today is a Shabbat, right? And when something happens, like what happened to me yesterday, right? I get excited. This is my testimony, all right? I get excited when the elder apostle Tahar, right, has dealings with me, right? Just a nobody in this truth, right? Nobody that got kicked out years ago, and a lot goes along with that, right? Getting up in age, it's hard to be an Israelite in this truth. As you get older, it gets harder, right? Older men are misunderstood. They're attacked, right, by the younger wolves. There's wolves in this truth, right? And what are they doing? They're devouring the lambs, trying to be somebody, right? So anyway, my testimony is that the key to this whole thing, right, is to humble yourself, all right? Because after you get kicked out, there's 2 ways you can go, right? 3 ways. The third way is you could get reinstated, right? The elder Manatazak from South Carolina, reinstated after getting kicked out, and is one of the top guys, is what it is. And you can't get mad. See, if you're mad at something like that, you don't belong in the truth. You can't get mad because a man, the spirit is dealing with him, and whatever happens, like that's the spirit dealing. You can say what you want. The spirit ain't dealing with you, right? You can say what you want to. But the key to the whole thing is humbling yourself, all right? So yesterday, right, as has happened before, I don't know why, but after all this time, right, I do know how to react to it. The elder apostle will shout me out, or he'll use my video, right? And I need that more than anything, as a spirit lifter, or as motivation, right? And just as an indication that you might still be in this thing, right? Now that could go one of 2 ways. You could take it the wrong way and think that you're of the elect. I'm of the elect now. You see, there are things that you don't do, no matter what happens. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, it's an uplifting thing. But if you let it, right? If you let it, it could be a bad thing. Where's the balance? Okay? You could let that go to your head. You could take it the wrong way. All right? Really, it's a challenge. Anyway, how you deal with that is you understand that it's time to humble yourself. Okay? Humbling yourself is what is going to get you through this. All right? It's just a little testimony that I believe needs to be said. All right? Again, I'm just a nobody in the truth, and you got to be cool with that, right? Not everybody is built like Elder Monatazak from Monatazak Bob from North Carolina. Not everybody is built like that. Okay, he might be the heart of the body. Let's say that. He might be the heart of the body. I'm cool being the toe. I'll be the toe. The toe, you know what the toe does? Your toes prevent you from falling on your face. Right? But you need toes. If you ain't got all your toes, you might fall smooth on your damn face. All right? So, you got to recognize your value, even if you might not know what it is. Right? Your value might be being that humble brother. See that humble brother over there? You want to be like him. And that is a huge, that's bigger than the toe. That being that humble brother, because I'm probably not that humble brother. I want to be, and I know I have work to do. And so what you do is you focus, right? You focus your energy on humbling yourself down. And I know I have to do that. So, something good happens. Where's the balance? You got to be looking for the bad, right? That thing can get away from you. The elder apostle shouts you out. You're like this. Oh, I'm in this thing. It doesn't mean that, right? And I have to tell myself that, right? That can trip you up if you're not humble, right? And being humble is something either that's just you, or it's something that needs to be refined with everybody. All right. So, kind of went on a tangent. This is the Shabbat, so this kind of goes together. This is get the script. Let me get the precept for you. Leviticus 16:31, it shall be a Sabbath of rest unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls by a statute forever. Okay, so if we read that in the NIV, it reads, it is a day of rest, a day of Sabbath rest, and you must deny yourselves. It is a lasting ordinance. The NLT reads, it will be a Sabbath day of complete rest for you, and you must deny yourselves. English Standard reads, you shall afflict yourselves. The Berean Standard Bible reads, it is a Sabbath of complete rest for you, that you may humble yourselves. It is a permanent statute. Okay? King James reads, ye shall afflict your souls. Berean Standard Bible says, that you may humble yourselves. So put those two things together, right? Afflict your soul means to humble yourself, right? When you go out and take a woman, you're humbling her. So this word humble, you have to become acquainted with it And that's what keeps you grounded. Your toes give you balance. This is your foundation. Your foundation is upon where you stand, right? Like the 10 toes, right? You got the 10 toes. Why are the 10 toes so important? Because they're standing up the whole statue. Your foundation, what you're standing on, is important. Your leg strength, having your toes. This is about being rooted and grounded, right? And being rooted and grounded, you can't be rooted and grounded if you're not humble. Okay? And we all need to work on that, especially me, right? When you think, when you're about to say, when this is about to come out of your mouth, I'm of the elect. Oh, you fucked up. You got to go look in that mirror and say, you got to humble yourself. Here's what you don't say: I'm of the elect. You say, in all humility, look that word up. Same thing. What you say is, I'm of the hopeful elect. That's humble. There are ways, right, to ensure that you make it on the chariot. What do? What does the scripture say to do? It says to give diligence to make that calling and election sure. Right? A large part of that, you got to be diligently humble. I do. Right? And somebody look up, oh, you don't sound humble. I probably don't. I might sound arrogant and proud. But guess what? I'm working diligently on humbling myself. And then when something like yesterday, the elder apostle uses damn near your whole 50-minute video to expound upon, I'm like this, yeah. Okay, but where's the balance? The balance is, okay, now humble yourself. Get right back in that shoe, right? Don't stub your toe. Don't stub yourself, right? Just be a good toe. Continue doing what you have been, you know, in faith and righteousness. And look up, and then there's your video or whatever. You know, that floats my boat. I ain't gonna lie. But if you're not careful with what you're doing, that'll trip you up. That could be a stumbling block, right? So you get back to work. You say, okay, I'm gonna redouble my efforts at staying humble, becoming humble, and staying humble. According to Leviticus 16, you're supposed to do that all day on the Sabbath. You got to humble yourself, right? If you fast, that's humbling yourself, right? That's afflicting your soul. Well, humble yourself, and while you're humbling yourself, right? You do that every week. Work on, if you understand what the Sabbath is and what we just read, that's a good day to rehearse humility. Because I believe, right, and I'm nobody, but I believe that humility, right, is key. Is the key. All right? Humility is the key to getting on that chariot. Hey, once you give up like this, look, I give up. The Most High got this. It's already written. Just take your punishment. This thing is about punishment. Okay? Humbling yourself is about punishment. Afflicting your soul is punishment. You're punishing yourself. So, prepare yourself for punishment, right? Yahweh Shai is the example. You got to go through it. So, if you focus on that, focus on, well, here comes the punishment. I'm just going to take it like a man, like a humble man. And when I look up, it'll all be over. And Lord willing, I'll be on that chariot. That's the way to look at it. Just put your head down. I mean, you still got to give diligence, and you got work to do. But if you're continually focusing on becoming and staying humble, right? I believe that there are rewards for that. Okay. For me, a reward would be, well, the elder apostle just acknowledged you. Old nobody out there by yourself, old man, right? You might be doing one or two things right, so focus on that. Focus on your toe, and stay, stay in check, stay right. What is that? That goes to being assured of who you learn from. All right. You learned this from somebody. You didn't come up with it. That's why a nigga that goes out and changes up the doctrine, right? Who doesn't understand what that means? That means you believe that you're better than the elder apostle, that you know something that he don't know, and you done played yourself out there. Okay? You played yourself. When you go up against the elder apostles, you played yourself. Why? You ain't humble. You don't understand order. You don't understand order. You want to be that guy. You want to be the elder apostle. And really you hate Yahweh Shai, because guess what? Yahweh Shai was humble. He was all about order. He just happened to be that guy. And he's giving you the example. How can you want to be Yahweh Shai when you ain't nothing like it? You want to be that guy. You want to be 13-year-old in the synagogue cutting everybody. That's what you want to be. You ain't Yahweh Shai. Okay? You might be a toenail. Okay? A toe, guess what? It needs a toenail. You ever try to put on a shoe without a toenail? All right? So, and I'm wasting my breath with a lot of people. They're not gonna, you don't get it, you're not gonna get it. And it's fine. You're just in this thing, you're in it, right? You're in this thing, trying to make it come up, right? Being extremely stupid, because as though you're not going to get ferreted out. No, your time is coming. Okay? Your time is coming. Everybody's time is coming where you're going to have to stand up, right? And be a stand-up guy. Yasharon. It means upright. I didn't know that, but anyway. Well, when I chose the name chose me. And it is what it is. book of Isaiah. This is Isaiah 57 and 15. For thus saith the high and lofty one that inhabiteth eternity, whose name is holy, I dwell in the high and holy place, with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit, to revive the spirit of the humble, and to revive the heart of the contrite ones. You hear all of that? Humble, contrite. We're going to have to look up the word contrite. Okay? This is who the Most High is dealing with. So if you want the Most High to deal with you, you want the Spirit of the Lord to deal with you, you got to clean yourself up. Right? In order to clean yourself up, you need a mirror. You got to go look in the mirror. You got to look at your natural. Your natural might be sideways, right? You got to pick your Afro daddy because it's flat on one side, right? Now, how you know if it's flat on one side unless you're looking in the mirror? You got to examine the fro, right? Let's read that again, and let's count the number of times it says contrite or humble. Isaiah 57 and 15. For thus saith the high and lofty one that inhabiteth in eternity. All right? Look at this guy. That inhabiteth eternity. Where we at? Whose name is holy. I dwell in the high and holy place, with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit, to revive the spirit of the humble. You hear that? You got to be humble to have your spirit revived, to understand and carry out this truth, and to revive the heart of the contrite ones. This is who he's reviving the spirit of, the humble and the contrite, right? You got to humble yourself in this thing. Otherwise, see, because there are secrets in this book. Mysteries, secrets, dark sayings, innuendo, metaphor, okay? Threefold. One scripture can mean three things, and you got to know where it applies. I could read Revelation 11 and 8 right now and equate Revelation 11 and 8 with America. The Bible doesn't say America. The Bible says Egypt. We all know what happened in Egypt, okay? God himself, Yahweh, fought against Pharaoh. He set the fight up. He set up a war, right? We know what happened in Egypt. Go to Egypt. I've been there. Went to Egypt, right? Looked around. I didn't know who I was then, but I've been to Egypt, and it was jacked up. Bunch of ruins and stuff, right? But it's there. It's in the Bible. We all know the story about Moses and Pharaoh from Egypt. Egypt is right over there. I've been there. Okay, so here's the question. Where does it say America? Did the Bible leave America out? Of course not. Of course not. So you're not going to find the name America in the Bible. Does that mean it's not in the Bible? The greatest empire, right? Greater than Egypt, greater than Rome, Rome is in the Bible, is it not? Been there? Been to Italy. Okay? It's there. But America is not in the Bible because it doesn't use the name America. See, you gotta have an ounce of sense in your head to understand that in ancient Rome, when the guy you call Jesus was on the scene, what language were they speaking? Okay? Because you had Romans, and then you had Israelites, who are two different people speaking two different languages. Okay? And neither one of them languages was English. So when you get the English translation, you get the English translation of the Bible, meaning none of this was ever said. Oh, there's only one name. There's only one name. Well, what is that name? Because it can't be Jesus if that's an English translation. Okay, so the guy who, the Son of the Most High, what is his name?
What's his name? Does it matter?
Let's see if it matters. Proverbs 30 and 4. Let's see if it matters. What kind of question is that? What kind of question is, does it matter what his name is? If there's only one name that you can call on for salvation, what did you ask me again?
My salvation is...
If there's only one name that you could call on for salvation, that name doesn't matter?
So my salvation is dependent on if I call the right...
Wait a minute, hold on. Do you know his name?
I ask you,
You're asking me a question to a question. So you're here to play games and dance around the truth. I'm getting to the nitty gritty. The Most High has a name. Do you know it? His Son has a name. Do you know it? It's not Jesus. You just admitted that. Do you know? You're still dancing. It's a yes or no. Let your yay be yay or your nay be nay. You're not doing it. You're playing games like you can actually do it. Here it is. I'm 3 times your age, but you can play games with me. Sir, you're being disrespectful. Sir. So the sir doesn't sway me one way or the other. Came up being disrespectful. Now you can call me sir like that means anything. You're way over there. Are you answering my question or not? It's yes or no. Do you know the name of the Most High and His Son? You don't know. No, you're not going to answer my question. You're playing games like I'm an idiot. It's okay. It's all right. I'll read. Since you're not going to answer my question, I'm going to read Proverbs. This is Proverbs 30 and 4. Let's see if you can understand this. I know you can.
Is it okay if I use this version?
You
King James.
It's the what? New? Well, I'm reading the King James. I'm reading the King James, and I use other versions sometimes. You can follow along, but right now you're interrupting, so hold your tongue while I read this scripture. Proverbs 30 and 4. Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? That's a question. Meaning, what is the Most High God's name? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if you can tell? Can you answer that question? No. Is it yes or no? Question. Can you answer the question? You can? You can answer the question. No, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to ask you to leave because you're playing games. You are. Can you answer the question? Can you? You can answer by yes or no. It's a yes or no question. You're not going to continue. I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to cut you off and I'm going to let you go because you're wasting my time. You're wasting my time. You're a demon. You're not trying to explain to me nothing. You're up here trying to, you're coming, you know what you're doing? You know what you're doing? You don't know what salvation is, young man. You don't know what salvation is, young man.
Right, the prophet, understood God himself They call him Elohim.
No, they didn't.
Adonai,
You don't know what.
Yahweh.
No,
It's
that's
even
not
called
his name.
Jehovah. Have you
That's
even
not
heard
his
of the
name.
tetragrams?
That's not his name.
Have you ever even
What
heard
is
of
his
the
name?
tetragrams? Do you know what the tetragrams?
What is his name? Of course I do.
Okay.
What is his name?
Explain that to me.
You don't know.
Explain me the tetragrams.
You don't know. No, you're trying to control the city. You're trying to control this conversation, and you're not. If you can't tell me the name of the Most High and His Son, you can go.
If you know the tetragrams, then you know that my answer is that.
Ha! That's not his name.
Okay, then explain me the tetragrams.
You know,
You're
I've
acting like
I've
you
already
know the
said his
Greek
name.
and the Hebrew, yet I don't even know what this is. 12 tribes of Israel? I'm trying to understand that, but you keep interrupting. And you're not allowing me to answer your question.
I'm asking you to leave.
No, sir, but you're...
This is Ecclesiastes 5 and 1. See if you understand this. Let's see if you understand this. Ecclesiastes 5 and 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Let me finish. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart, your heart is your mind, let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God, for God is in heaven, and thou upon the earth, therefore let thy words be few. You understand that? You don't know what, you came up here, you don't know what you're talking about, but you're here to teach me.
Explain it to
You're
me.
not teaching me nothing.
Yeah,
Well,
but
okay, I'm gonna explain it to you. Let's start with God's name.
Sure. Okay, let's say no. I don't know God's name.
You don't.
Explain it.
Okay. Now we can move forward. But you know what? This is a battle. I'm not here to fight you. Let me help you. Let me help you. Okay. All right. Let's open up the Bible to Genesis 1 and 1.
Okay. Beginning,
In the beginning.
God created the heavens and the earth.
Okay. Stop right there.
Awesome.
Who is that talking about? That word God.
I believe it's the triune God, Father, Son, and
The
Holy Spirit.
triune God.
Yeah. I'm the Trinity. I'm a Trinitarian.
Okay, you're a Trinitarian, and we went through all of this. And here's what I'm saying. If the Bible asks you, what is God's name and His Son, did that not just separate the two? It did, right? Okay, meaning they're two different entities, and they have two different names. Some people say that Jesus is God, so then God's name would be Jesus.
So, where in the Bible does it say Jesus is not God?
When Jesus, just like the Bible doesn't say America, do you know what the word extrapolate means? You don't? You should look that up. All right? You should, huh? Of course I do. You should take the information that you have and put it together and come to a logical explanation.
Yeah.
Okay? That's
Yeah,
what
the
extrapolate.
problem with that, though, is that that's a claim.
No,
You need
the
evidence.
problem with that though is you got to be spiritual to do it, and you're not. You're carnal. You came up here to argue with me like you know something that I don't. If you don't know God's name, no, it's not a dialogue. No, it's not. I dismissed you 3 or 4 times, and you're still here fighting me.
I'm not fighting.
You are too.
trying to
You
understand
think
what
you're slick, but you're not. You're actually very weak.
trying to have-
You're a weak. You're
Yeah.
calling me sir like you're showing me some respect, and you're not. You're not showing me no respect. No, you're not. How old are you? 21? Okay, you're 21. I'm 60. You're showing me respect. You're not. If I gotta talk to you like this,
So calling you, wait, so you want me to call you, stop calling you sir? Because I'll do that.
you
If that
can
means-
because
that's-
it doesn't mean anything.
No,
You're
because
not showing me no respect.
Here, show you.
Guess what? I know who's showing me respect and I know who's not. Do you know when a 5-year-old is showing you respect? Do you know?
It's kind of different.
It's not different. It's not. You're twice his age. Okay? What is the name? The Most High has one name and His Son has one name, and they're Hebrew names. Okay? What are they? What is your nationality, sir? I'll answer your question. I just got to ask you some questions first. What's your nationality? You're an American? You're a black American. And looks like your skin is brown to me, so you're claiming to... You're a brown American, so are the Native Americans. Native Americans are brown. The Mexicans are brown. These are the 12 tribes of Israel. Do you know the nationality of God's son? There are many Hebrews, okay? You got Hebrew Edomites, you got Hebrew Elamites, you got Hebrew Edomites, you got Hebrew Israelites. Which one? See, this is not a game. We're up here talking about God, and I'm trying to show you, okay? But there's steps to this thing, and you have to have the knowledge of what you're talking about. So God's son, right, had dark brown skin and woolly hair. He was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, okay? His name is not Jesus. That's some translation that doesn't even go. See, all names have a meaning. God's name means he that is, not I am. That's in there too, but his name isn't I am. He has many titles like Father, like Boss. These are titles. Elohim, which is plural, meaning the gods. I was trying to get to that. But God has one name, and it means something. It means he that is. Now, if you could say that in the ancient Hebrew, you would be saying God's name. Now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to expound upon the importance of the name. And it's not, does it matter? Does it matter what God's name? Does it matter what you... Of course it does. Now, when I tell you, if he don't want you to know, he don't want his name in your mouth, you're going to walk down the street, you're going to forget it instantly. Because he's going to have you ask me a question. Does it matter? I'm like, apparently it doesn't. Now, here's the question. Are you going to remember? Is he going to allow you to remember? Are you going to do some further study and find out if this is true or not? I beg your pardon? Okay. I'm going to tell you right now. See, I perceive myself to be a bit younger than you. You might be, what, 65? If I'm 68? So right away, I'm going to change my posture to this gentleman here, and I'm going to act like I got some sense. The Most High's name is Yahweh. Yahweh. And you say his son's name the same way, Yahweh, but you add Shai to the back. Yahweh Shai. You got Yahweh and you got Yahweh Shai. Those are the names of the Most High and his son. And we could go back to the original. Don't interrupt me, please. Hey, don't interrupt me. Satan, don't interrupt me, Satan. I'm trying to teach this man. You see Satan? And listen to this. Yahweh Shai. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Shy. Like, I'm too shy to speak to. Yahweh, and then you add Shai. But see, when you leave, now when you pray in the name of Yahweh Bahashim, meaning in the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Just say Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's a good place to start. All right? And I'm sorry if I spoke to you out of pocket, sir. That's not my mission. This youngster here got me a little fired up. So the truth is the truth. Yes, that's it, sir. You hold on to that, please. There you go. There you go. Yes, sir.
Express to me how Yahweh
I'm done with you.
Yeah, how is Yahweh?
I'm done with you. You know what? You're in big trouble.
How is
Read Ecclesiastes 5:1 again and try to understand that.
Yeah, so
Read it.
yeah.
If I'm going to continue with you, read Ecclesiastes 5:1 again.
Yahweh shows By the way, sir, I don't come to challenge.
You know what? Your game is weak, homie. Homie, your game is real weak. Your game is real weak. I've done this with you before. You're still arguing with me. You're still arguing with me. You're talking over me. Is this your platform? Is this your platform, or are you just visiting? Have you been out here for 15 years? Have you been out here for 15 years? No, you haven't. You're only 20. When I was out here, you were 6. You was in your underoos. You was in your underoos.
And that is not an argument at all. You're just giving
You was in your underoos. Okay? You want to talk sideways to me? We could do that. We could do that.
Sir, you know what truth claims are?
Read Ecclesiastes 5.
No, but that's my question. You know what truth claims are?
Read Ecclesiastes. That's the truth.
Okay, so let me
The word is the truth.
truth are essentially your truth in a certain sense. I'll read it right now. But your
but-
truth, right? Your claims.
Okay,
are
after you
decided
read it,
more systematic.
after you read it, can you do it?
Sure, I'll do
Let's see.
it. Okay, 5:1.
5:1, Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes.
Intimidated of God as your children.
What? What are you reading? Ecclesiastes.
Sorry, that's
There's a way to speak to me that we can actually have a dialogue, but you're not even trying to do it. You're trying to dominate the whole situation, and you can't. You can't. You're just getting yourself in trouble.
sure.
Read
It's a
read
universal
Ecclesi-
thing to call people sir,
read Ecclesiastes, but
because it's a
only if it
respectful
means
term.
only if it means it. But you're not respectful.
Yes, I am.
You're totally disrespectful.
How?
You're
Explain.
hiding. You think you're slick. You think you could slick your way.
Yeah, explain to me.
Dude,
How-
I'm older than your dad. I'm older than your father.
Sir, I can
You're
say-
not gonna
I can
read
say
it. You're being a
offensive things.
demon.
I can say some offensive things to you. I can say, you're just here lying and everything. But you see how that's claims, and I'm not giving any evidence towards that. That's exactly what you're doing to me. You're saying I'm being disrespectful when you haven't even shown me how I'm being disrespectful in the first place. So it's actually goes.
I'm showing you right now if you read Ecclesiastes 5:1. I am showing you. You just don't understand what's going on because this is a spiritual conversation and you're not spiritual.
Yeah, yeah. Walk prudently when you go to the house of God. Walk near to hear rather than to give the sacrifice of food. For they do not know that they believe.
This is what you're doing right now.
Okay?
Okay, let me help you with that.
Yeah.
Okay. We're in the house of God right now. Do you know that?
This world is the house of God.
When two or more come together in his
Wait,
name.
I have a question.
Hold on, let me finish what I'm saying and don't interrupt men when they're in the middle of their sentence. Do you know that scripture? You don't.
You interrupted me
Yeah.
like how many times?
I'm conducting this class. I'm conducting this sermon. Okay? You're the one. You're interrupting me right now. You're the one that
You're not
needs
open to questions. You're not open.
I'm open.
to us.
I'm open to serious questions.
Okay,
not.
so let me ask
not.
you a serious
Hold
question.
on. Hold on. Let's deal with one thing at a time. We're dealing with one thing at a time. Right now, the thing we're dealing with is Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep your foot. Do you know what keep your foot means?
This context.
It means shut your mouth.
Okay.
Shut your mouth when you come to the house of God. We're in the house of God, whether you know that or not. What else does it say? Let me read it because you're only getting a little bit of it out of that. And we can read some of these different versions so that you understand, because I see you don't understand.
Okay.
You don't get it. What I'm saying is the way you just came up, and for us to be arguing like this, you have yourself in trouble. I'm determining that. I'm determining it. No, you're talking while I'm talking.
No, I was trying to ask you.
Okay, so why don't you just leave because we're not getting anywhere.
Sir,
We're not getting anywhere. Why don't you just go?
Okay. So
Why don't you just go?
Let me just rephrase how everything just happened.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You just read Ecclesiastes 5:1 and you didn't understand it. No, that's not true. I smiled at you because I recognize you from last time. I see it. I see it. I see it. I'm fine. Let's read this again because you don't. I'm gonna try to break it down for you, but I know it's not gonna do any good because you're a hard-headed little kid who doesn't know his asshole from his elbow, and you're trying to argue with me. Hey, Yahushua was 13 in the synagogue, and he was destroying everybody. It's not about your age. It's about what you're doing. Excuse me? With the scriptures. They were going back and forth with the scriptures like you and I are doing right now, and you're being destroyed, and you don't understand that? You did. Let's read Ecclesiastes. I don't have to. What is faith? What's the definition of faith?
Definition of faith, that which you do not see, that which you have which you do not see.
Where's the word faith in there?
The dictionary.
Faith of things, what? Faith of things not. You don't know that? The evidence of. We're going to read Ecclesiastes 5:1 again, and I'm going to break it down for you so that you can see what you're doing, where your error is. And that you just don't walk up and start talking to people the way that you're trying to, right?
I don't think so, sir. I came to ask you a question, and if you call this a class,
I'm answering your question right now.
I'm coming in the sense of a student.
Okay.
You claim yourself
You
to
know
be
what? If you were in a class at City College and the teacher was talking, you wouldn't interrupt.
Yeah, because I'm a student.
No, if you're a student, you raise your hand, and when you're called upon, then you speak.
Sir,
So you have
raise your hand.
what? I've been to college.
Awesome. And I
So,
think you can
so is that the way they do it now?
So you understand.
Okay, so right here,
Yeah.
we're going to read the scriptures. We're going to let the scriptures decide who's right and who's wrong.
How in
Okay?
the scriptures, so we're addressing the essential question then. Where in the scriptures, right?
Ecclesiastes 5:1.
It doesn't
Keep
say that.
thy foot, which means to shut your mouth when you go to the house of God. You came to the house of God, okay? We're having a conversation. You haven't shut your mouth. You're talking. Continue talking over me,
Yeah.
okay? And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. Okay, you're done. You're done. You can go now. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. So, go ahead. Okay. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Go ahead. You can go now.
You're believing in something that
You can go now.
cannot defend.
Okay.
I asked you
All
a
right.
question earlier.
Okay.
Where does it say in the scriptures?
Okay.
Where does it say in the
Good for
scriptures
you.
that I have to claim the correct name, which, by the way, Hebrew was something brought by God himself. It's not an angelical or a heavenly language itself. So what you're trying to claim, sir, is not said in the Bible whatsoever. And I've tried to show you that, right? Salvation is only earned by Jesus Christ alone. It's not earned by my pronouncing the way I pronounce the name of God. God is pronounced as Elohim, all these other types of right.
Let's get a look at this idiot right here. See this idiot right here?
Yeah, yeah.
See this idiot?
Awesome.
Who thinks
That's
who's
cool.
getting himself in trouble
That's cool.
because he don't know how to keep his foot.
And you guys can see also that he's not able to defend himself. He's not able to.
I'm not gonna
what you
argue
call,
with you.
Yeah. Why are you turning the camera right now?
I'm not arguing. I'm gonna get you on camera so people know who I'm arguing with.
Awesome. Yeah. So
Okay,
I'm
kid.
asking you again, sir. Where in the scriptures
I'm not
does it
answering
say
any of. I'm not answering any of your questions.
Where in the scriptures does it
I'm not answering any of your questions. I'm not even listening
not
to you.
able to? That's
I'm not even listening to you.
Yeah, because you're not able to, sir. So I'm asking you, where in the scriptures does it say that I am saved by saying the true name of God? Where in the scriptures? Where does it say that?
You done got yourself.
Let me just show you.
You done got yourself in a whole lot of trouble. So
Right. Let me just share with you the hope, and I hope that one day you can come to the truth, sir. I come in love. I come.
No, you don't.
In the love of Christ. I believe that's given to everybody.
This is Psalm 38:4.
Yeah. So.
For mine iniquities are gone over mine head, and as an heavy burden,
1 John 1.
they are too heavy for me. Is it 38? 34. Salaki. The demons are up here trying to take away. And the brother got it. You should have seen the brother who was 68, right? He understood. He got the name and he locked it in lieu of the devil tried to start whispering to him and take away the truth that was sown in his heart. And the brother doubled down on it. He doubles down and he goes, Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. He goes, Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. And he took off and he laughed at this fucking stupid kid over here.
1 John 1:7.
This is Psalm 34:4.
1 John 1:7. It says, but if we walk in the light as in
34 and
we have
18.
fellowship with one another, and here is the gospel.
The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a.
His son cleanses us from all.
The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit.
Is in Jesus
Okay,
Christ alone.
so
it's not in the way that you pronounce God.
you see how these demons come out here?
You
See how these idiot demons come out here and try to disrupt the word? Satan cometh immediately and try to take away the word that was sown. And you sound stupid. You
And
sound
I try
stupid.
to have dialogue with you, but you keep
God is
running.
watching you right
Not
now.
holy.
You're
Hallelujah.
scoffing.
Not holy is
You're a
because
scoffer.
I'm believing
Hey,
I'm
scoffer.
believing the true
Scoffer, get out of here,
gospel.
scoffer.
And sir,
Get out of here,
I
scoffer.
appreciate-
I will sit
So
here
you're
for
not
2
gonna address
hours
one
telling you to get the hell out of
Yeah,
here.
you're not going to address
Get out of here,
1
scoffer.
1:7.
Get out of here.
You're not going to address one.
Get out of here, scoffer.
1:7.
I ain't addressing nothing you got to say.
No, so you're not going to address the word.
I'm not addressing nothing you have to say. You're a demon. You're a demon and a scoffer. But you're handling it deceitful.
I believe you're a demon.
Okay, well, then get about your business then. Then leave me alone then. Then leave me alone. Leave.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalak, Rayam, Mashapatyam, Abijam, and Nashim on this idiot right here. Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, today. Mashapatyam, Abijam, and Nashim on this idiot right here who has the audacity to come up and try to stop the word of the Lord going on right now.
Express to me how I'm living. See how you're just giving claims?
Mashapatyam on you.
You see how
Today.
you're offending?
Today.
You see how you're
Today.
offending? You don't
Okay,
reflect
well,
Christ,
God is,
friend.
this is called
And
defending
I'm
the
trying to
gospel.
tell you
This
that.
is called defending the
I'm trying
gospel.
to
Get out of here.
tell you that.
This is called
This is
defending the
city
gospel.
property.
Get out of here,
Yeah,
idiot.
this is a city property.
You're an idiot,
This
dude.
is a city property.
You're an
have no
idiot.
authority whatsoever
You could get your turn in 2 hours. You could come up here and do what you want.
here.
And I won't bother you. I won't bother you. I won't come up like a jackass and try to overtalk you or to disrupt what it is that you're doing. I promise I won't do that. I promise I won't do that.
Blew up on me.
I could do that. I could blow up on you. I could do many things.
You're a horrible teacher.
I could do many. Okay.
You just proved
All right.
that.
Okay.
And
So
I'm glad that the camera
okay. So
caught
why are
you.
you still here?
I'm glad that your camera
So why are you still here?
Whoever your audience is caught that.
So-
because you are an awful
So
teacher.
why are you still
I
here?
asked the question. And you're not even allowing me to finish. That's why I keep interrupting you.
This is why
Because
we
you're
got to
not
stay
allowing
humble.
me to finish.
Because here it is. You think that the the Most High blessed you, and you get a little blessing. This is why you got to stay humble, because He'll put Satan right back on you. Right? I thought I was gonna have a non-eventful day, but here it is. He sent Satan right up on me to argue with me.
How am I saying?
What does Satan mean? Did you know?
Define it.
Do you know what Satan means? Do you know what the word Satan means? You don't know. Do you know what the word Jesus means? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know who you worship? Do you know? Apparently you don't, because you're saying to teach you.
I do know who I worship. I worship the triune God.
Ye know,
who is
ye
Father,
know
Son, and Holy
not.
Spirit.
You know not who you
So
worship.
express to me how the Trinity, how my God
Trinity.
is false.
Trinity. You got to be stupid to believe that 3 is 1.
Okay, so what
One
you-
is
so what
3
do
and
you
3 is
understand by
1.
the Trinity? What do you understand by the Trinity?
I understand that it's
I guarantee
bullshit.
you It's a misconception.
I understand that it's bullshit.
Okay, how? How, sir? How?
I got zero respect. I got zero respect for a demon like you.
Are you God and you're capable of saying these demons and you
You're a
are not?
demon.
Where's your standard?
You're a demon.
Where's your standard?
Get out of here, demon.
Where's your standard?
Get out of here.
In fact, actually,
Get out of here. Get out of here, demon. Let me call the sheriff on you.
Yeah.
Come and get this demon out of here. Get this vagabond demon the hell up out of my face.
You know
Well,
what I'm
it's-
going to tell you? Public property.
I'm fine with that. You do whatever you want to do, demon. Okay?
Okay,
You
so-
do whatever you
well,
want to
I
do.
hope you don't ignore scripture.
You tell the Most High it's public property when He's putting your ass to death. All right?
Chapter 1, verse 7.
Check that out.
And you don't prove the text itself. And that's all I'm just going to say to you, sir. So,
This is Psalm 34 and 18. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Now this guy done came and took me all the way out of where I wanted to go, and that's fine. That's just a test from the Most High. It's a test, right? These demons are going to be swarming in these last days. Okay? You come up with some fake, feigned respect. That ain't respect. Sir, when you say sir, and you're being completely disrespectful, how does saying sir equate to respect in any way? I see through that bullshit. You don't know? See, your father, right, who didn't teach you shit, right? He sees through your bullshit too. Right? Your 50-year-old father, if you're 21, your father is what, 50? He sees right through your bullshit. You got the Bible in your hand at 21. You're not on the corner with fringes on, but you're preaching about Jebus, right? The wickedness that you're doing when you hit that corner. See, we understand these things because they're spiritually discerned. If you're up here arguing with, where is your humbleness? Where's your contriteness? You're arguing? No. There's no argument to be had here. 1 Corinthians 2:14. But the natural man, this idiot right here, receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Does it matter what the Most High's name is? Okay. All right. So pretty much get the fuck out of here. If you don't know the name and you don't want to learn the name, get out of here. That's all I need to hear. Does it matter what his name is? Come on. Come on, man. And then you attack the son. See, the brother, the old man, the 68-year-old, he came up and he charged me. He said, well, what is the name? I'm like, I'll give you the name once I, examine you really quick and find out what you're doing. How you doing, brother? It's a little colder today. A little nippy. No, Monday was cold. It was cold. I wasn't out here on Monday. All right, brother. So, yeah. And see, it's people like that. Let me tell you something. Every church house little nigga with a drumstick in his hand that leaves the church when his mama said, okay, now you can go, nigga, I know you're 30, but you can leave the church now and go do what the hell. You run straight down to the club with your chest out like you're somebody because you want to be a rock star. Guess what, demon? You brought 1 million demons from that church to the club with you, and you're the biggest demon of all of them. So you could take that Jebus bullshit, and God loves everybody, and triune and all your 20-year-old words that you don't know. You don't know what Satan means. You don't know what Jesus means. You had to run. You knew I was about to dig right in your ass. And let's find out what you know. Let's find out what you know and what you don't know. So anyway, as you can see, it's hard for me to remain humble and contrite. I might have fallen out of a character there, right? Because my next action was to say something like, I might be old, but I might jump down off this stage and show you, what your dad should have did to you from day one, right? And I ain't trying to get carnal or anything like that, but what do you do when Satan comes at you with boxing gloves on? What do you do? I tried to parry left, right? So, again, all right, long story short, I got to work on my humility, my humbleness, and I tried. What I wanted to do was say, I'm not going to talk to you. I know where this is going. But I gave him a chance, right? And he was actually more kind last time. So he's waxing worse. Came back out here. Why? To receive your judgment. They're the curses. Very rarely do I put curses on a nigga. Very rarely. Right? Heck, I gotta go brush up on bringing out curses on him. Right? It hasn't happened in so long, but that's how the Most High works. Come out to speak on humbleness and contriteness, and the Most High sends a crazy demon up to take me all the way out of pocket, and that's spiritually, you have to be able to discern that spiritually, okay? And whoever wants to see, if you want to see that this kid somehow stood his ground or whatever, oh, well, let's start with the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? You don't have to believe it. You can wear fringes and make all the money you want, sell t-shirts and starter kits, and call the Most High Yo Play Yogurt because it doesn't matter, right? And we'll see what happens, right? When it's time for that judgment, we'll see if it was okay. Here it is, somebody's trying to teach you, but you won't shut the fuck up. And if I do say anything, you're gonna rebut it anyway. Anything I say, you're gonna try to throw it to the side. You're not here to learn, you're here to challenge. You think I don't know that? Think this hasn't happened in the last, 15, 16 years? You're the first idiot with a Bible in his hand to come up and give the sacrifice of fools. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you understand why. There's no way you could understand this. But nope, there's no hope for you. You done sealed your fate pursuant to Ecclesiastes 5:1 and 2. First Corinthians 2:14 in the NLT. But people who aren't spiritual can't receive these truths from God's Spirit. It all sounds foolish to them, and they can't understand it. For only those who are spiritual can understand what the Spirit means. So, when the scriptures, when the precepts, when the Bible itself asks you if you can tell whether or not God, what God's name and what God's name is not, right? And you turn around and ask a question, does it matter? That's called being adversarial to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's what the word Satan means. It means adversary. Okay? Yahushua means he, Savior. So you got to have the right teacher. It's garbage in, garbage out. All right? So if you were taught the triune God, get the fuck out of here. I can't talk to you. It's too late. I'm out here trying to wake up the 12 tribes. You're adamantly sure that you're not one. You might be a Spaniard, might be an Edomite. You're certainly a demon. Okay? So anyway, apparently this is me being humble and contrite, and I have to work on it, right? We all do. Could my delivery have been any different? I'll tell you right now, these fucking stupid kids are getting on my nerves right now, okay? Old folk too are getting on my nerves right now, but so I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna pray for a humble and a contrite spirit, right? But I will be defending the gospel, all right? I'll defend the gospel, but not to some fucking idiot that's trying to trap you and, we've done all. It's not time for that. It's time for, you're an Israelite, what's the Most High's name? And in the midst of that situation, if you can hear it, the old man came and sat here, the old brother. He came and sat right here because he wanted to hear what I was saying. And then I forgot because he was probably quietly listening. I thought he was just an old homeless man, right? He was being cool. And then the kid starts walking across the street and I'm seeing him, got the Bible in his hand, he's smiling, and I smile back, And then once we got to arguing back and forth, then the old man goes, what is God and his son's name? He came at me, he was like, I want to know what it is, right? And then I was like, well, what spirit are you coming in? Are you coming like a demon like this idiot is? And so I started to question. I asked him a few questions. I'm examining his spirit so I could determine whether I'm even going to reveal the names. Okay? So I asked him a couple of questions, right? One of which is, how old are you? You seem to be a little older than myself, right? And he said he was 68. He's 8 years older than myself. So immediately what kicks in for me, immediately, is my training that I got at home from my father, right? You know, when you see, right, even somebody who is your age, even somebody that is younger than you, all right? Immediately, when somebody older than you enters into the situation, you make concessions, right? I'll put it like this. Because you can't tell a nigga shit. A nigga don't want to hear what he's just trying to trip you up. Okay? I definitely know the difference between feigned respect and actual respect. Leviticus 19:32. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head and honor the face of the old man. Honor. This kid wasn't honoring me in any way. In any way. But occasion arose, right, for me to be the man that I am, which is a respectful man. I respect my elders, right? I respect people in general until until there's no more need for them, all right? So anyway, the old man, I'm like, oh, as soon as, I'm like, uh-oh, who am I talking to here? Let me examine you. Do you know who you are? What kind of spirit do you have? And as soon as I saw that, he just wanted to know the names, right? This dude's asking, does it matter? This guy genuinely wanted to know, right? After the examination, the spirit was on me to let him know. And then I made sure I explained it in a way, right? The way that I have, whatever it is, so that he wouldn't forget, right? I had to set it up. You got to set it up and let these people know. Does it matter? It matters a lot, okay? It matters so much that you have to understand this isn't a game. This is one of the most valuable, right, things to know, right? One of the most valuable things to know is the name of the Heavenly Father, right? And I believe that this brother, he genuinely wanted to know, right? And so it took a minute, and I'm like, you might forget it. As soon as, most I don't, you got to kind of set it up so that, it's just not something that you throw around or disrespect. And God's house was full of disrespect at the time that this man wanted to be taught. This guy wanted to destroy the program. The old man wanted to know the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, right? And we know we've been doing this for years. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you won't get it, right? But when he left, after I explained to him in the way not to forget, he walked away saying the name over to him. I watched him. This is how you remember. And the Most High can take it away from you whenever he wants to. But he was sincere. The old man was sincere. Right? And my home training kicked in, and you start, this is not a homeless bum. This is not a scoffer. He genuinely wants to know the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. So then you give him that. All of that happened in the faith. The whole time I'm trying to show him, tell him the word. The kid is sitting there, don't listen to anything he's saying. Don't listen to anything he's saying. Don't listen to anything he's saying. Don't listen to this guy. Don't listen. It's a perfect example of Satan coming to try to steal the word that was sown. And we're going to close on it. So I could bear with it. Matthew 13:19. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth not, then come the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside. So Satan cometh immediately. Right? Let me get a different. I like that. Mark 4:15. And these are they by the wayside, when the word is sown, but when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. A classic example of that right now. All right, but what happened? I believe that the brother made it out with the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And therefore, my job is done, okay? And all of the ruckus, right, if you will, and these things are spiritually discerned, right? The real test was not the kid who's been here before and showed his ass on more than one occasion, right, who was completely disrespectful, all right? Not that he did his thing, but the old man who sat down, right, he said, oh, this brother's about to preach the word. I'm going to sit down and be inconspicuous and sit here and listen to what he's saying. Before you know it, I'm in a shouting match with a fucking demon. And the old man was like, I'm about to leave because this ain't going nowhere. He said, but what is the names? Right? And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, if you're not on his side, if you're not on the side of this demon right here, then I have an obligation to answer your question. But I don't have an obligation to answer shit if you're talking crazy. Really, I have an obligation to whoop your ass, right? But that was the old me. And I'm working on humbleness and humility and contriteness right now, right? And I'm sure that we all are at some level, I'm just trying to bring my level up because a kid, right, like this stupid kid, you could be puffed up. Here it is, you don't know a damn thing you're saying. You're standing in an old man's face telling him he don't know what he's talking about. And that's fine. It comes with the job. But you can't jump up and try to shake my hand afterwards talking about you're respectful. If I gotta scream and yell at you and damn near whoop your ass, you wanna shake my hand and say that somehow you respected me? Just because you said sir, come on. Once you hit 40, if you can make it to 40, doing stupid shit like that, you ain't gonna make it to 40. Because scoffing the camp, one of the worst things you could ever do. And you've done it on more than one occasion. The first time I let it slide, this time, you completely scoffed the camp. All right, brother. Right, look at you. Yeah, you got that's good stuff. There you go. So anyway, I'm gonna close this camp. I'm gonna go work on my humility. All right. With that, I'm gonna say, Call halal Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem HaKakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them and taught us it's true. Shabbat Shalom, Salakia. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Akwat that are listening and learning being a pillar of rest, 144,000, the 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel, all right? Shabbat Shalom.